Hey everyone, welcome back to Bravely Default. Last time, we started our adventure by going back to Norende and seeing that it was truly gone. At the chasm, we met Agnès, whose journey is to, not resurrect. Purify the crystals? Is that the word? Either way, purify the crystals and restore light to the world, and hopefully that light will get rid of the Great Chasm, and then Tiz can fully rebuild the Rende. For now though, we're heading back to the King of Caldisla to give him a report on everything that's happened exactly. So just gotta walk all the way back up. We could rest at the inn, but I don't think we're really gonna run into any danger on the way back. Actually, we have stopped the inn because we still have a tutorial quest here to complete. We have Hunt for Hidden Items. Caches of items, caches, how does everyone say that? Caches of items or money may be found in towns. Caldisla's innkeep has tucked away 50 pigs somewhere in the inn. So we're just gonna head to the inn and steal all the money they have. So, behind this plant right at the start, in plain view of Carl over there, we can find the 50 pig mentioned in that tutorial quest. He crossed his arms, or he's deep in thought, like, did that boy just steal my stuff? Anyway, in this candle down here, we can find a potion, which is, of course, just, powerful to have healing item. I don't believe there's anything else in the Caldisla Inn. But that is the final tutorial quest here complete, and for that we get a Phoenix Down, which will revive a fallen party member with, I believe, just 200 HP, but better than nothing. We probably should have slept at the info as well, but we'll get to it. We'll do that later, I suppose, because I already left. You can also find them generally in towns, and I believe the only one here, if I remember correctly, is it up here or is it to the left? I think it's to the left here, to this church, I guess, is another potion. I don't believe there's anything else. I know there's nothing else in the cemetery, I'm pretty sure. Might be something like on this little walkway or something? No, not walkway, little balcony. I guess not. Okay, well, we'll just be leaving then. Yep, guess there's nothing else. So, we do have a few shops around here. We have a potion shop here, or general item shop. So we can buy some status, element healing items, general healing items. Teleport stones, which will take you back to the dungeon's entrance. Which is fun. Not fun. Helpful, of course. And we also have the weapon shop here. So we can stock up a little bit. We don't need a ton right now. Like this broadsword, we could get it, but it's only going to raise our physical attack by 1, so it's really not that helpful. We have a rod here, which raises magic attack. We have a staff, which raises magic defense, and also mind, which is like healing magic. And then we have the dagger everyone has right now. Bucklers increase defense, and that's actually a fairly significant increase, especially in evasion. What I'm switching between on the bottom screen, you'll see is these are our current stats in general, like with our jobs. Jobs have their own stats that add or subtract from your character. We'll get more into that later when we actually get more jobs. But we also have our base stats. This is just the stats without any job modifiers, so you can see your mind, your intelligence, stuff that will go up more directly. You can see that. We have light and heavy helmets, which not as significant of a defense increase as the buckler. We have tunics, heavy and light armor in general. Again, not a huge increase, and we have accessories. So, these are separate things that you can equip that will usually give a separate effect, but also can just raise your attack or defense. This one, for example, doesn't really add any strength or defense or anything, but it raises your HP by, 30? About? Yeah. That's not that helpful, but it's there. I think I'm just gonna buy 2 bucklers for everyone. Actually, yeah, I'll just buy 2 for now. Because that will give us a fairly significant increase in defense. Now, we could go there and equip the buckler like a lame-o, or we could just equip Optimum. And that's usually what I do, because I don't feel like digging through menus, and it usually equips something great. Unless you're going for a specific setup, Optimum is usually fine for what you need. We could buy a helmet, we could buy better armor or accessory, but frankly, the defense game we'll get just isn't really worth the money right now, so we're just gonna skip out on it.
Ah, 'tis good to see you safely returned. What of Norende? I take it from your grim countenance, Our fears were confirmed.
It is gone, but not forgotten, Your Highness. I'm prepared to rebuild it. It will take time, but Norende will recover.
Well spoken, lad. I shall support the effort however I can. Take this. It will serve as a token of your new office as chairman of the restoration effort.
It's an honor. Your Highness, isn't there any way to drive the Eternian military from the borders of your kingdom?
'Tis.
They've been a curse upon us all of late. And never more than this last week. They're in a lather over this search for the Wind Vestal. I've no clue what has them so desperate, but they've begun making bold threats. They've berthed their ships at the lake southwest of us with cannons trained on the city. I fear our own ships cannot fly as long as they've our people at gunpoint. It galls me, but there's little I can do.
Your Highness, I offer my humblest apology for the ordeal I have forced upon your kingdom. I am Agnès Oblige, the Vestal of Wind.
You!
I shall resolve the matter. I give you my word, I will cause you no further grief.
Will you? Yes, that would be... But wait a moment.
You need worry on the matter no further, Your Highness. Farewell.
Wait! I'm coming too!
A peek at Norende. Hit right on the control pad or touch the icon at the top or the left of the bottom screen to open the top. Why do I keep saying top? The map menu. Then pick the fourth icon down to visit Norende Village. Before we do that, we do have a few items actually in here as well that we can find. There's something over here, some eye drops that will cure blind. I think there's something else on this right statue. Maybe something over here. Maybe something back here. Maybe I'm completely misremembering where these items are. Okay, I guess I am. Oh, there's one here. 100 Peak. That's nice. Alright, party chat time. Agnès' intentions. Agnès, what did you mean you'd resolve the matter? Don't tell me you're thinking of storming the Eternian camp at the Southwest Lake alone. Don't be ridiculous. I'm well aware that I am no match for an airship. Good. It sounds like they have the city in their crosshairs besides. As long as these people are held hostage, I have no choice. They didn't seem the types to talk this out. Wait, you wouldn't! You can't! Agnès seems to be planning something drastic. But is there really anything we can do to stop her?
Agnès! Oh, Agnès! I've a plan! A good one! Get captured! Then they'll take you aboard their airship! That's your ticket across the sea! It's true that no ships can sail upon the ocean now that it's rotted.
You can't really mean to. Agnès, they'll kill you!
I'll not ask you again. Leave us. You are too eager to meddle in the affairs of others. Farewell.
Agnès, wait! That road leads to the graveyard. It's a dead end.
Which way is the lake?
It seems you've need of a guide. At least let me show you the way there.
Unacceptable. I think it's a grand idea. It could take weeks with Agnès' sense of direction. Airy? Very well. Then I ask you to serve as our guide. Only as a guide. And only as far as the lake. Is that clear?
As a crystal. Leave it to me.
So we can at least maybe stop her by, well, being with her when we're there. Another party chat though. 'Tis the Navigator. Your sense of direction is so bad it's almost magical, Agnès. What? Surely it's not so... How many times do you get lost in that ravine? There's only one path. Then it took you 2 hours to find me at the top, despite perfect visibility. The canyon path was very twisty. I'm certain it's a maze even to the locals. Not really. But, at least this way, I have an excuse to tag along and... never mind. Stay close. The lake we make for is said to be unreachable by any but the most knowledgeable. Right, of course. I'll bet. So, what do you plan to do once we get there, Agnès? That is no concern of yours, Tiz. I have no choice. Not as long as they have the people of Caldisla in their sights. I'll be fine. Enemy or no, they are men, not monsters. I wouldn't really trust that. Though I guess now is a good time to talk about the voice acting, because I haven't really had a chance to with everything else we've had to explain. Also, one more thing to explain. You can sleep at the inn here in Caldisla for free, so... Free healing, basically. It heals your MP and your HP, and if anyone's dead or has any status ailments, it'll heal that as well. But voice acting... I think it's alright for the most part. There's a few voice actors that I feel are... Like Barras earlier. Maybe a bit over the top. Some of the voice direction in general is a bit... meh. But for the most part, I think the voice acting is fine. Like, it's not amazing by any means, but I think the performances are good, and I think the voices all definitely fit the characters. So, I'm fairly happy with the English voice acting overall, and I will be keeping it for the playthrough. But of course, if you really want, you have the Japanese voice pack installed in the game. Well, not installed. It's in the game, and you can just change that if you so desire. Anyway, we, as the most knowledgeable person ever, I guess, are now at the Southwest Lake.
Done! We've supplies to last a fortnight! Cannonballs to rain iron on Caldisla for a week straight!
Seems we've been saved the effort. Have a look below.
Oh, the Vestal's come to us! Planning a frontal assault, is she? I like it! So help me, Holly, I'm going in myself this time! Don't try to stop me!
I don't suppose I've much choice. I'll join you. Let's be done with her and back to the villa already. I'm liable to go on a killing spree if I don't get a proper shower soon.
Watch the ship, boys!
Aye, sir!
To battle! White! Give us a fitting arena! Monk Barras' lair enters the ring!
Just blue light. What's happening?
A part of the Asterisk's power, boy! You know where to run. Not till I'm finished with you.
I'd say we're already finished here. I'm not breaking a sweat if it's not absolutely necessary.
What? I live for fighting, woman! Let me have this! My heart fuse is lit! You can't unlight my heart fuse!
Ugh, must you always shout? Daft or loud, man? Pick one! I take it you've come to surrender, girl. You've caused more than enough hassle already.
I understand that. I've no intention of resisting.
Lovely. She speaks sense.
What? No soul-searing combat? No white-knuckle fisticuffs? No smashing?
Pipe down! Or will it take my boot on your throat? Now, come along, Vestal. I'll see you're well taken care of.
I thank you for seeing me here, Tiz. I expect we will not meet again.
Agnès, wait! You can't go just yet! You, Sky Knights, will you promise me she won't be mistreated?
I've said it once. I plan to take care of her myself. I'll see the beatings aren't fatal.
Beatings? Finally! Count me in!
What?
She's dragged us all across this backwater for weeks. Surely I'm entitled to vent my frustrations. But fear not. I'll see she's brought back from the brink each time. Though I fear my magic won't keep the girl's mind intact.
Are you listening to this, Agnès? I told you before.
Tiz, I'm not...
You're my hope. I'll not hand you over to these monsters.
Ah, youth. So passionate, so sincere, so thoroughly stupid. Ugh, it's enough to make me retch. This maudlin display's gone long enough! Barras, show these starry-eyed brats what they're up against!
Yes! Finally! Finally, the duel begins! On with the punching!
So, our first proper boss battle against the Barras Lair and Holly White. This is a pretty rough fight if you're not prepared. To be prepared, I would suggest you come in with level 2 freelancers on both Agnès and Tiz. I would also suggest at the start just braving. So Barras there has Invigorate and just normal attacks. Invigorate will raise his physical attack by 25% each time he uses it, as well as Holly can raise physical defense by 25% with Protect. Barras will often use Invigorate and attack in the same turn, while Holly will sort of just attack sometimes and then use Protect occasionally, as well as heal when health on either party member is low. So the reason I suggest you default at the start is so that when your health is low on any party member, and I would say 153 is pretty low. In fact, I'm very scared for Agnès right now. Okay, but we're fine. I would suggest you just treat you get from level 2 Freelancer. So get to level 2 Freelancer with both Tiz and Agnès before this fight, and have Agnès default. I say Agnès because Tiz is slightly stronger than Agnès, just by a little bit, so, you know, it's just kind of better to have him attack opposed to Agnès. Though, I could also examine so I can keep tabs on health. And that's actually kind of important, because since Holly will heal when health is low, you kind of want to keep tabs on Barras' health. Also it's Holly's, but since we're focusing on Barras right now, it's not really important to keep tabs on Holly. Because when Barras' health is low, we're going to want to make sure we kind of go all out and try and deal with him in one turn. I'm going to go ahead and use Treat. I'm just going to Brave and use it once on everyone. You kind of want to go all out on Barras because you kind of don't want him to be healed at all. He's at 99 right now. I think we're going to give it one more attack from Tiz. And then... I think I'm just going to default for a little bit. Okay, he is low on health. So, when Barras is low on health, Invigorate will begin to fail, and that will deal damage to everyone in the party, including himself and Holly. So, he basically becomes a bomb. Let's see, if we can finish him off this turn by braving with everyone. Well, he just finished himself off. Okay, well, good for me. Alright, now we can focus on Holly. She didn't really get a chance to heal him, which was nice. I'm gonna just kinda heal, especially Tiz, because he's low on health, thanks to the fact that he wasn't defaulting at all, and the fact that he just got arrowed right off the bat. So yeah, she also has that, which is Wind Magic. That's her more strong attack than just normal attack, and she is a white mage after all, so physical attack isn't gonna be her strong suit. Monk Barras Lair, rather, was basically just physical attack and nothing else. Not much defense, unless you count Protect here with Holly, which you probably shouldn't because that was a bonus and not base stats, but a crit, really? Okay. We should get an examine out so we know how much health she has. I think she starts with 250, but obviously we've dealt some damage, and Invigorate dealt... Wow! She is that low already? Should I... She has physical defense up right now. So I think I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna treat so we don't die. She might heal herself, yeah. That's what I was afraid of, because now she's back up to 139. I was gonna try and just default so that we could build up some BP and go all out against her, but I was kind of too afraid with her having her physical defense up. And right now, even, like, I wouldn't risk it. At 100. I don't think we can deal 100 damage in one turn. Hopefully she won't heal herself. Protect, that's it's only 25%. Let's go for it. Everyone brave. Okay. So I haven't mentioned it yet, but it would be criminal to not mention this song. That person's name is the Asterisks boss battle theme. And oh my god, it's ending now, but holy shit, it is intense. It's just this amazing guitar and this violin, and oh my god, it's like the best fucking song. If you haven't heard it, it is so good. You should seriously stop everything. Well, maybe finish this video first, but then after you finish this video, look up that person's name is and just listen. It is so good. Hopefully we'll get more chances to listen to that in the future, because oh my god, seriously, best fucking song. Anyway, quite the reward from this. 240 peak, 120 EXP, which is good enough for 2 level ups. Well, 1 level up for each one, rather. And then 12 JP, which is nice, but not that great since we didn't get a level up. That's all that matters. But that's not the only thing we get for beating asterisks. Or asterisk bosses. We also get job asterisks. So these are jobs, and jobs are sort of explained earlier, but we didn't really have an example, so it's kind of weird they explained it then and not now, but hey. So how do I explain this? Well, I suppose the first thing is that they have either a positive or negative effect on a character's base stats. So without a job or on Freelancer, those are their base stats. Freelancer doesn't have any stat modifications, in theory. We'll get into more of that later. For example, Monk here will increase physical attack, but will lower mind and intelligence, which are healing skills, or healing stats rather. White Mage will increase mind and intelligence, but lower physical attack, because that's not what the White Mage is focusing on. Each job has different proficiencies in each stat, as well as each weapon and piece of armor. So you can see here with Monk, they have an A proficiency in HP, an A proficiency in Strength, because that's the stats they focus in. That basically means you get a bigger bonus from those stats. Intelligence, though, obviously not going to get anything. In fact, you kind of get a detriment. For weapon aptitude, or weapon proficiency, it's a little bit more complicated. So E is the worst rank, and S is the best rank. And the rank basically affects how much additional damage a weapon will do. You will never be hurt by your weapon proficiency, you will only gain a benefit. So an E rank will add 0% damage to that bonus. So swords, rods, bows, for the monk, you would get a 0% bonus for damage. Meanwhile, with staves and knuckles, you actually get a 100% bonus. So essentially you deal 200% damage with a stave, a staff, or a knuckle weapon. We don't have any of those right now, but if we had them, monk would be way more efficient. Same with armor. Basically, you get a stat bonus, but you don't get a stat deficit from armor. So you might as well equip some. It's better than nothing. Each job also has a specialty ability that it has no matter what, as long as you have the job equipped. So the monk's is knuckle lore. Knuckle lore and any weapon lore essentially makes you have an S proficiency in that weapon. So you can be a freelancer and have an S proficiency in knuckles if you had knuckle lore equipped. Not really helpful for the monk, considering they already have S proficiency in knuckles. Kind of a stupid specialty ability to have, but that's what it has. Its main abilities, though, are with martial arts, and I'm just going to be going over the skills I feel are helpful and what level you get them. So if you feel that that ability sounds helpful, then you can level that job up to that level. Jobs also have their own individual levels that go up, and so their own individual stats. Jobs will grow stronger as you grow stronger as you level the job up. So level 1 job's not as good as, say, level 10 job. Anyway, abilities for the monk, and also we'll be doing that for every job, just going over the abilities I find helpful. So you have Strong Strike at level 1, which deals double damage of a normal attack, but has only a half chance to hit. It's a good, what's the word? All or nothing attack, I guess? There's a better word for it. Risk versus reward. Invigorate at level 2 raises your physical defense by 25% for 2 turns, but has a 25% chance to fail, and unfortunately, on your party, it does not hurt the enemy as well, it only hurts you, and it deals 20% of your maximum HP. Pretty bad. Inner Alchemy is pretty nice at level 3. You cure yourself of any status ailment. Of course, we have Knuckle at level 5, which just increases Knuckle aptitude to S. Hidden Dragon at level 6, which is an attack at the end of the turn that deals about 0.25 times more damage. Very nice, or 1.25 times more damage. Quijong Wave? Either way. Ignores default damage reduction, so basically no guarding is taken into account, and deals 1.25 times damage. Very helpful, that's at level 7. Blind Immunity level 8, no more blind for you. Pressure Point at level 11, which ignores physical defense at all, and deals ×2 damage, that's very good. Phoenix Flight at level 13 reduces your HP to 1, but deals a ton of damage. Or rather, deals your HP that you used to, like, that you sacrificed to get your HP to 1 in damage. Not that helpful right now because your HP isn't high, and also you're very vulnerable at that point, but it is a cool skill either way. But that's about all the ones for monks. Sorry I spent so long on this screen, but we kind of have a lot of explaining to do for jobs and also skills. But we're not quite done yet. We also have White Mage. So White Mage is your typical healing class, but it's a necessary class you need to get either way. So proficiencies, you get a ton of Mind, which is your healing stat, as well as MP, which is, of course, how you use magic. You get S proficiency in saves, but not anything great in anything else. You get B in rods, which is alright, but considering you won't be doing physical attacks with these weapons anyway, it really doesn't matter. It's mostly for the stat gains. Because you won't really be attacking much with a staff anyway, because White Mage doesn't have good physical attack. So, proficiency doesn't exactly matter, except for the stats you get, which staffs usually give plus in Mind, so you kind of want those for your healing. Nothing great in armor, but as far as skills go, their specialty is self-healing, which gets rid of any status ailment on them after the battle's done, except for death, or KO. So, basically, you don't need to worry too much about getting rid of their status ailments during battle, because they'll just get rid of it afterwards. Unless they're dealing massive damage, and you kind of need to have the HP, and then you might want to get rid of it, but you can just cure after fights, so it's not a huge deal. So, mages are a little bit different. At different levels, they will get different upgrades to what white magic they can use, or different magic in general. So, upgrades to white magic for the White Mage come at level 1, 3, 6, 9, 11, and 13. However, to use magic, you also need to buy a scroll at a shop in town. So, even if you have white magic level 2 somehow, you wouldn't be able to use level 2 white magic until you actually buy that at a town later on. Right now, we can only buy level 1 white magic in Caldisla, and right now we actually have no white magic. So, not that helpful right now, because it can't do anything. Other helpful skills, though, are self-healing. You get level 5, so if you want that in another class, you can easily do that, another job, rather. You get Abate Water at level 7, which reduces the damage you take from water attacks. Angelic Ward at level 8, which has a 50% chance to, I believe, halve the damage you take, which is super helpful. Otherwise, you don't have tons of helpful things. You have Epic Group Cast at level 12, which means that you can group cast magic, and that will decrease how efficient it is, but obviously heal everyone or deal damage to all enemies, and that basically makes it so that damage reduction is non-existent. But, I mean, that's so long on the chain that it's not really that helpful. Like, jobs can take a long time to level up, especially when they have 14 levels as their max. And Conservation of Life at level 14, which means when you're KO'd, when the White Mage is KO'd, or whoever has Conservation of Life equipped, every other ally is fully restored. And gets all their HP back, which is helpful, but you kind of have to die for it to happen, so it's not a great trade-off in my opinion, but it's a kind of cool skill. But, yeah, that's about that for White Mage.
Agnès, are you hurt? I'm glad I was able to stop you.
Tis, I was naive. I swore I would involve no others in my journey. The task I face is mine as Vestal, and mine alone. Yet I was afraid. When faced with capture, I wavered. I had thought I'd steeled myself to face any peril, to withstand any pain. But had I faced those two alone, I'd have faltered. My journey would have ended in a cell, or worse. I am grateful to you, Tiz, and grateful for you. Will you join me? I would like you to join me.
I did that a while back, silly. It's no surprise. I have it on very good authority I'm the eager-to-meddle type.
Tiz, I thank you.
That just leaves the problem of how we're crossing the sea. We need to get you to Ansheim, don't we?
I have another plan. This one's better still. If riding their ship as a captive's out, why not as a captain?
You want us to steal an airship? Though, if we did manage it...
We've no way of knowing where it went.
Let's head back to the city for now. We can ask around there.
Officers of the Eternian Forces each hold magical items called asterisks that bestow new jobs. Defeat them and claim their asterisks to acquire their job, and we can change jobs from the menu. We have abilities for jobs, which we'll get into when they're actually applicable, because, well, these are like abilities that we just gain by level, so those things are explained, like Strong Strike and Invigorate are things you can just use in battle, and then we have support abilities, which are essentially passive ones, like Knuckle Lore, which we can equip once we learn them. We don't have any equipable abilities right now, but we will, of course, get some passive abilities. Also include those specialty abilities I mentioned. And then we can mix and match jobs and abilities. So you can have a main job and a sub job, essentially, which means you have the stats and proficiencies of your main job, but you also have all the abilities of your sub job. So say we're a main freelancer, we have no significant stat gains or stat deficits either way, but we have things like Strong Strike and Invigorate if we level up the monk as well. Pretty efficient. But if you thought we were done explaining jobs, oh no, we still have freelancer to talk about. Luckily, there's not that much to talk about. They're not a very special job. We can't actually, well, I guess we can go here and see this. So, they're not really special in any way. Their stat gains are nothing, and their stat deficits are nothing. It's just your character's base stats. They have average proficiency in everything, so we'll get a little bit of a bonus from armor and weapons, but they won't get a ton, so they're kind of just good at everything, but not great at anything, but not terrible at anything either. Their specialty, though, their specialty ability, we can actually go into the ability menu now and see it, is a Late Bloomer, which increases your stats by 1% based on every job you have mastered. Which is nice, but that takes a lot of time to master a job. So, actually, in theory, not that helpful. And by the time you get to the point where that would be helpful, like your other jobs are just kind of good for more specific things, and Freelancer can't really match them. It's kind of a weird ability and not a helpful one. A cool one for sure, but not really a helpful one. However, for level up abilities, we have Examine level 1, of course, which I already talked about. You just see your HP, weakness, family of all the enemies, or an enemy you scan, but you don't see it past that one battle, which is really annoying. You don't see their HP past that one battle, at least. You have Treat at level 2, which restores HP. We already seen that plenty. Divining Rod at level 3, which shows you the number of unopened chests in a dungeon, which is very helpful if you're trying to get everything, of course. Dungeon Master at level 4, which means traps in a dungeon that will encounter don't affect you. Note that only the current party leader has to have this equipped. We'll get into more what party leader means in the meantime, mainly the person you're seeing on the world map. Only that person has to have it equipped for that to affect the whole party. We have JP up at level 10, which multiplies your JP earnings by 1.2, which, I mean, that's nice, but it's not really a huge bonus. Times 2 would have been way better. Stand Ground at level 13, which is a 75% chance to survive with 1 HP when hit by an attack that would otherwise kill you. And then Mimic at level 14, which uses the last action without using the MP, HP, BP, PIG, items, anything of what that attack originally used. So say you use... we don't have any examples right now. A Cure with the White Mage, which we'll get. If you use that with Mimic, it wouldn't use MP at all, but it would still heal for the same amount. The problem with that is that Freelancer takes the longest to level up out of any job. Most jobs at level 14 take 5,000 JP to get to that max level. Freelancer takes 9,999. Significantly more, and it scales up with the rest of the levels too. It's not just like the final level is hard, the entire Freelancer line is hard. So it's kind of discouraging to try and level up Freelancer to the highest level. But with some new jobs, I'm going to change Tiz over to a monk. And give him... Is there any new equipment? I guess I could just give him nothing. Oh yeah, because monks are actually stronger with no equipment than they are with a weapon. It's sort of a skill they have natively by being a monk, so that's pretty interesting. And Agnès is going to be our healer as a white mage for basically the entire game. We don't have any better weapon for her, so I'm just going to give her a dagger. We'll have to get her a staff or something when we get to town, but for now, just a dagger's fine. It's not like we're really going to be running into any battles in the moment anyway, so not a big deal. And oh, it's nighttime. So yeah, as I said earlier, we need to use magic rather. We need to buy magic scrolls at shops in towns, which we will get to. We could rest at the inn. I actually don't think we can talk to the king at nighttime. I just don't think he's available. But before we go rest up, I suppose let's talk about buy some spells. So these are black magic spells, but we can't really use those yet, so we'll just be ignoring them. And I want to buy Cure for sure, but do I want to buy? Yeah, I want to buy Cure, but I want to buy Porzana and Blinda. I think... Because we're going to need Porzana coming up for sure. But Blinda... Actually, Blinda's going to be useful too. I guess I'll just buy both. Whatever. We have enough Pig where we should be alright to do so. We're not too much... we're not in too much of a deficit there. And, oh, right. Can't talk to the king at nighttime because there's no quest marker. So, gotta go back to the inn and rest up for a little bit. At least until daytime. And we had a battle anyway. It makes sense to take a little rest. Again, we can't sleep at that Caldisla inn for free. So might as well. We can also cure from here, but well, obviously we're sleeping in an inn, so there's no point in doing that. No new tutorial quests, so let's just rest at the inn. Sleeping at an inn does heal pretty much every single status ailment, so if someone's poisoned, if someone's silenced, or they're dead, and if you sleep in an inn, they'll be radio in the morning. That was a that was a weird way to say that. They'll be fine in the morning. They'll not be dead anymore. They'll not be poisoned. You can sleep off poison. Did you know that? That might actually be true, depending on the poison. I don't know. Surprisingly, I have never been poisoned. So, yeah. I don't really have experience with how to ward it off. Never really talked to Owen, so let's go and do that. Blast those Sky Knights. If I didn't have the king to protect, I'd march down there and pummel them myself. Well, that's good. I mean, you're a good guard, but, kinda already took care of that for you, man. Sorry.
You chased off the Eternian ship? Amazing! Truly, the Vestal is a worker of miracles. And you as well, Tiz. Excellent work, lad.
Has there been any word of where the ship has gone, Your Highness?
What have you heard from your men, Owen?
It seems the Sky Knights have returned to their hold, Your Majesty. The Lontano Villa.
Lontano Villa. Then that's where we're headed.
I'm afraid you'll not get there now. The bridge they shot out is still in ruins.
We'll mount a full-scale offensive the moment it's repaired. For now, we must be patient. Go and rest.
Two bumpkins. What's wrong? You seem distracted. Oh, I've just never before walked through such a lively city as this. Oh, really? I don't suppose it's anything special for you. You grew up here. But to me, this is all... Actually, me too. I'm sorry? I grew up in Narende. Narende has sheep and grass. Nothing like this. It's kind of overwhelming, to be honest. So I think I can relate pretty well, actually. Oh, I see then. Well, yes then. What parts jump out at you the most? What's the strangest? Well, the number of people and buildings. And the fact they all seem so tranquil astounds me. The seas are rotted, the duchy has invaded, and still, I suppose it's a testament to their faith in the king's rule. A far cry from the kingdom I left. I'd nearly forgotten. Owen informed me just before we left. Apparently the innkeeper is preparing a special feast for us this evening. Best we did not keep him waiting. Oh, right! Well, let's go ahead and do that. I'm pretty hungry. Commentary! I'm pretty hungry. Yeah, okay. Well, might as well head there. Even though we already slept at the inn, you think he would just... Well, I guess they didn't know the news. How fast did he prepare a feast? We were there for like 5 minutes. Well, whatever, I'm not going to complain about food.
Tiz, wake up!
What's wrong? It's the middle of the night.
Something's wrong outside.
Outside? Wait, is that...
Give us the Vestal! We know she's here! And you'd best be quick! Fire spreads so easily!
Ominous, sir. Is this really necessary?
What? No! Yes, I won't be questioned! You're under my command now. You'll follow my orders.
But, sir!
Burn! Burn! We can sift the Vestal's ashes out from the rest.
What are they doing?
Looking for me. If I go, they'll stop this madness.
You can't be serious, miss. You'd be marching to your own death.
Seems these fools intend to hide the girl. If the whole city's complicit, the whole city can burn. Just watch. My fire will have this place charred black by morning.
Black Mage Ominous Crow!
What now?
We've sent these people a clear message. It's time to withdraw!
You still insist on undermining me? It's time you knew your place!
Murgurger. 5, 4...
Fine. Bully. Women always are. But I'll be back tomorrow, and another house will burn. Then another the next night. And every night until you give up the girl!
Thankfully, our only casualty was a house. An old one at that. The spellcaster was one of their officers. He's holed up in the ruins of Centro Keep, north of the city.
The hostilities will end once I step forward.
There you go again, ready to martyr yourself. There are 2 of us now. That broadens our options.
Might I interject?
Ah, it's Mr. Amnesia. You were staying in the empty house that burned, weren't you?
Mr. Amnesia, is that foreign?
I mean, the boy has no memories. He just turned up in town a week ago. No clue who he was. I see you've suffered some light burns. Are you sure you should be up and walking about?
I'm fine, though I thank you for your gracious concern. More to the point, you two are Tiz and Agnès, yes?
But Why, I don't recall giving you my name, sir.
It was written in this journal. The only thing I had on me when I was found, apparently. Full of strange things, this book. Like word of your aims to plug up that great sinkhole.
What?
What's more, and this part is key, the journal states that you too will encounter a certain female. If my suspicions are correct, it's the girl who was accompanying that Eternian Firestarter.
Pardon my asking, but how do you tie in?
It appears you make for the Centro ruins, no? Then bring me along. That girl tugs at my mind. Oh, we've met before. When I saw her face amid the flames, I felt a spark. Not your customary running for your life thrill mind, but a real Thundaga to the heart epiphany. Her gaze was equal parts innocence and tempered steel. Oh, to see those eyes don the sparkle of a smile. Her voice gentle as spring's sweet breeze, and should she see fit to call my name? Ah, my heart races. I insist you let me join you. It simply must be so.
Unacceptable. Also, I'm repulsed beyond words.
What? Why? This is an upstanding gentleman's heartfelt plea. I'll not slow you down.
I cannot trust a man such as yourself. My answer is no, sir.
Still, in a fight, 3 people are better than 2.
His personality leaves a bit to be desired, but I'll vouch for the man's skill. He once helped us hunt down a wild boar.
If you're certain he'll not pose a problem, Tiz.
Lovely.
Do you remember your name?
They call me Ringabel. It's a pleasure. My Lady Vestal, from this day hence, I shall be your sword.
No, thank you.
I hope this was a good idea.
So now Ringabel along, as well as Dee's journal. The only clue Ringabel has to his lost memories is this. We can open that from the menu, and according to Ringabel, its pages hold the future. Perhaps you'll find some hints to your adventure? Other pages hold notes Ringabel himself made along his journey. And we have another party chat as well. A man of mysteries. Tiz, might I have a word? Sure. What's in your mind? That Ringabel fellow. I'm just not... Are we truly certain? True, he doesn't seem like the most dependable guy. Nice enough, though. That isn't my point. He knew our names, Tiz, before we'd ever spoken. Right. He said they were in that book of his or some such. Our names alone is troubling enough. But he knew I was the Vestal as well. What? Now that you mention it, he knew we were out to seal the chasm, too. I'd noticed him mumbling strange things in the street ever since I arrived. Not so strange as to give my lady offense, I hope. Mr. Ringabel, please, no need for formality. Would you tell us how you knew Agnès was the Festival of Wind? That. All of it in this journal, my good man. Simple as that. And would you mind if I had a look at this journal? By all means. Turn it over and shake it if you like. See what falls out. And what is your tie to the girl traveling with the pyromancer? I'm to save her, apparently. Don't ask me how or why, I just know. Save her? You realize our errand at the Central Ruins is to put an end to the Firestarter's threat, yes? Quite. I understand the girl may have something to say about it. In any case, I'm confident I won't be a burden. I certainly have no intent on stopping you, if that's a concern. Why don't you hold on to the journal for now? Investigate it to your satisfaction. And once satisfied, I hope you'll choose to place your trust in me. Well, I suppose we'll see. So, let's talk about Dee's journal a little bit. So, essentially, it's a record of your adventure. We have enigmatic writings, which are a bunch of writings with dates. We'll talk about that in a minute. We have notes on people, locations, and terms, such as important story terms like airships, the duchy, crystals, notes on regions, notes on people we've met. We have an encyclopedia on all the items we've picked up, like potions. We have a spear here that Ringabel is actually going to start with. You have the buckler. We have a bestiary for all the enemies, which gives us a short description. And that's it. Just a short description, never mind. Combat bonuses. We haven't really talked about these, but you have a few. We haven't encountered the last one yet. We have one turn victor, which means if you win in one turn, you get a little bit more experience. If you're unscathed throughout the battle, you don't get hurt at all, you earn more job points. And the other is if one person wipes out every enemy, which gives you more pig. We haven't encountered that one yet. We have help, which lets you review the tutorials anytime you want. Job descriptions, which lets you review what jobs are good at, basically. And we have Event Viewer, which lets you view any cutscene, any party chat, or any movie you want. Now, Dee's journal has a lot of writing in it, and the enigmatic writings will be going up alongside this video, or at least shortly after this video. A reading of that will be going up, because that is, well, it's important, not important now. It's not a spoiler for anything. However, the main journal, I won't be reading as soon as we get updates to it, and I won't be reading all of it, because that would be insane. I will only be reading story-important content. So what exactly does that mean? Well, frankly, I'm not exactly sure. I would assume people, locations, and terms. I will be reading these at the end of chapters, so any updates at the end of a chapter, I will be going through. I think it's kind of nice to, as a reminder, at the very end of a chapter, to kind of be reminded in short terms everything that happened, all the updates we got, as well as a short little synopsis of the chapter in general would be kind of cool. I won't be reading the entire bestiary, I won't be reading all the items. However, I will mention that some of these, I really like all these descriptions. The teleport stone stands out to me as one of the really cool ones. A strange mineral, also known as memory stone. It memorizes the quickening of the pulse that happens at the entrance of a dungeon, and then when its user raises it up and chants later on, it instantly takes the entire party back to that spot. Returns to dungeon entrance. I just love that this game gives all these little descriptions to all these items. I love when games do this, little flavor text that you don't need to have. Like, how do you make an ether? That's how. Literally not helpful to you. You don't have to know that, but it's just cool that there's this flavor text. I love it so much. Same with all these weapons. Like, actually, I don't think dagger weapons have that. Oh, they kind of do. Sweet. Okay, yeah, I didn't even remember that. I just love stuff like that in games so much. We also have a new tutorial quest, which already cleared that one. That's nice. We also have set job commands, which we literally cannot do right now because we don't have any ability. Oh no, we can do that. Hold on. We can't do set support abilities because we don't have any of those. However, we can rearrange the party. And this is what I was talking about with the party leader. We can change it so Agnès is in the lead, for example, which is what the tutorial quest wanted. And we can, put Ringabel in the lead or whatever. I'm going to keep Tiz in the lead, though. Just kind of the way I like things. What was the other tutorial quest? It was set job commands. Right, let's go over that. So if you go to ability, you can see we have a job command and a fixed command. Fixed command is the commands we get from our job. So Tiz has monk equipped right now. He's going to have monk, or martial arts rather, which has like strong strike and later on invigorate. I'm going to give him miscellany, which is the freelancer abilities, so that we have that and we have no support abilities to equip. I'm also going to go ahead and make Ringabel as well a monk and give him also miscellany, mainly for examine. He doesn't really have anything else, but also nothing else is really that helpful right now. So, whatever. Might as well. He also starts with a spear, which I'm just going to get rid of right now. And before we head out for Lantano Villa, well, actually, what short quest did we get? Oh, we set job commands, right. These rest of the things we can't really do right now, so I won't worry about it right now. But I think that's actually about it for this episode. It went on for quite a while, and we accomplished a lot, we explained a lot, so hopefully it wasn't overwhelming. These things should come naturally over time. I know we explained a lot in this episode, but don't worry, it will come naturally over time. It does for me, it did for me rather, when I first played the game. It was really hectic and confusing at first, but wow, that was words. Thankfully, it means the game gets you into gameplay really fast. Like, there's not a huge time in the game when you're just not doing anything, except for right now when I'm doing an outro. But that's not part of the game. But yeah, thankfully it's not a huge part of the game we're not doing anything. And that's nice. The intro is not that long, it gets you into the game quick, and I appreciate that. Your first jobs come within the first, hour or two? That's pretty good. So yeah, I appreciate that Bravely Default has a very fast start. That's one of my favorite things about it. Every time I replay it, I don't have to worry about a long intro cutscene, and hell, I can skip the cutscenes too, so it's great. But that's it. That's about all I got for this episode. I know it went on for a long time, but I thought it was necessary. We've got 3 party members now, and next time, we'll storm the Central Keep, find that girl Ringabel was talking about, and deal with Ominous Crow, the Black Mage. See you guys then. But hey, if you enjoyed this video, maybe check out some of the other series I've done. You can also consider subscribing, checking out my Patreon page, or joining my Discord server. There are links in the description to those, as well as other social media links like Twitter and Facebook. Thanks for watching.